What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Trying a little something different with the intro here, the full screen so you can see my pretty little face. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for the full support lately. Been absolutely nutty and off the charts. I love making content for you guys. Needed a little break just mentally. It was a grind at the beginning of Witch Queen. So just wanted to say again, thank you for all the crazy support and coming back supporting the channel. And like I said, if you guys are new, welcome. We love everyone here. So today's video, I want to go over a nice little prep for you guys for tomorrow on Tuesday reset. We're getting our GMs back. So in this video, we're going to go over weapons that I'm taking in there for everything with our kinetic energy and power, and then some subclasses that I'm probably going to be using on all of our characters with our Warlock, Titan, and our Hunter. So as you can see, we're starting off with the Warlock right here, but first I'm going to go over the weapons for each of our 3 different slots, and then I will go over our subclasses for our different characters. So to start out, most of these weapons kind of play around our mods for champions this season. So me, I'm bringing my Time Lost Fatebringer. I love this thing for ad clear and the Unstoppables. Right here we have our Witherwhore. This thing absolutely slaps for DPS and then also ad clear, just control management to a T. Next we have the Osteostriga SMG right here. With its poison aspects, we can use it actually for overload champions with our mods, and then it does pretty well with having the catalyst on it and doing ad clear. This thing is pretty sweet if you're building it around this weapon. Next we got another SMG with the submission from the raid. I have Subsistence Frenzy. I absolutely love this SMG. Again, nice little thing for overloads. Right here we got the Fel Taradiddle, new bow from this season, kinetic. Now we're using this for anti-barriers, and I just really like this as a kinetic bow. Next off, we have another new weapon, the Syncopation 53. It's a stasis pulse rifle, and I've been using it for anti-barriers. I just love it with headstone. You can build stasis around this boy, and it is super, super nice. Next, we have the God tier pulse rifle for exotics, the Outbreak Perfected. Once again, we can use this for Unstoppables, and then it does pretty solid DPS when you have those nanites going around tearing up people. Also good for ad clear. Next, right here, we have the Hung Jury Scout Rifle for those barrier champions. Love this weapon, using it a lot. And then finally, we have the Arbalest. This thing has that intrinsic barrier, so it is super nice to blow champions away, and this thing does do a decent amount of damage as well. Moving on to our energy weapons. First off, we're going to go with the Cartesian Coordinate, just because this does some pretty good amount of damage with Vorpal Weapon, and we have our Solar to take off those solar shields. Next, I'm going to go with the Sweet Sorrow Auto Rifle. This is a new auto rifle from this season. Arc burn on it, we can use it to destroy those arc shields as well as stun those overload champions. Next right here, Tycho's Divination, a nice solar bow for those barriers, and this thing is great for ad clear. Next for me, one of my favorite auto rifles ever, the Gnawing Hunger. Got Subsistence Rampage on this. Once again, super nice for stunning those overload champions, and it's great for those void shields. Next, we got a couple bows here. First off, we have the Arsenic Bite, just a super good arc bow for those barrier shields and arc shields. Right here, we got a new bow, Under Your Skin, for that void. You could also throw Monarch in here if you wanted, but I like this for its land take perk on it. So once again, good for anti-barrier and then also void shields. Switching it up a little bit for a pulse rifle, we got the BXR Battler from Halo that they threw in the game during the anniversary event. This is pretty good for anti-barrier, and it's another little addition to using it for those solar shields. Right here, I threw in the Hard Light, just because I think it's going to be good for those overload champions that we can use it on, and the ability to switch between void, arc, and solar is going to be super nice for dealing with all those different shields within the GMs. And then on top of it, like I said, we can throw on overload champion mods for auto rifles, which applies for hard light too. Next, I actually threw the Graviton Lance in here just for a few different reasons. It's that void. You can get those void explosions on it. So if you're going in there with a nice void 3.0 build, this thing can slap, and it does well with stunning those unstoppable champions as well with the pulse rifle mod this season. So this is going to be a backseat burner for me for sure. And then finally, we got the Recluse 2.0, that funnel web for those volatile rounds, that void burn, and then also to stun our overload champions. Definitely gonna be bringing this in a lot for my void weapon. Finally, moving on to our heavies right here, we got mostly rockets and linear fusions with this falling guillotine right here. I absolutely love this falling guillotine, use it a decent amount, and it's a nice little void burn to throw on for that extra damage. We got the trusty dusty right here, Gjallarhorn, definitely king of DPS and just kind of ad clear right now. See it in almost every single endgame PvE activity, and you provide wolf packs to your other guardians who are using something like Palmera, anything like that, the other rockets. So next off right here, we got our threaded needle void linear fusion rifle, rapid hit and vorpal weapon just to break those void shields and then do some pretty gnarly damage on bosses when you're using this bad boy. Right here we got the hothead. I have the adept version. It has tracking and explosive light. I also have field prep on this boy, so it's just nice for those arc shields, and if somebody else is using Gjallarhorn, get that explosive light and those Wolfpack rounds to block some crazy damage. Kind of the same thing where this is just a solar or ascendancy rocket. We got ambitious assassin and explosive light, that little bit of extra damage, and then if people are also running a Gjallarhorn, you get those Wolfpack rounds as well. Next off, we have Sleeper Stimulant, that linear fusion rifle with solar damage. Still super high tier for me with damage wise. Love using this thing, and it just absolutely eats enemies. Finally, right here, our new rocket of the season, the Palmera B. It's a stasis heavy, so we don't really get that ability to break as many shields with this weapon, but we do have auto loading and explosive light on this bad boy. Plus, you can craft it and level up your weapon, so you can get enhanced perks for both of those, auto loading and explosive light. So it's definitely a go-to DPS rocket this season. Definitely suggest everybody should be grabbing it, crafting it if you can. Super easy. They drop from basically everywhere this season. Now that we've covered all the weapons that I think are going to be pretty viable this season within our GMs, I'm going to go over the subclasses. First, we're going to go over Warlock here, then Titan, and then finally Hunter. So for our Warlock, trusty dusty right here, gotta go with a well lock, just because survivability in GMs is key, and having that one well Warlock is going to be super nice to deal with your bosses, some of your champions, and then just DPS in some of those rooms where you're gonna need it. On top of that, if there's another well Warlock or a Bubble Titan, something like that, I'll probably be running my Void Walker with the Cataclysmic Nova Bomb right here, just running it for that Void 3.0 synergy. Loving what's going on. Here's the Echo of Instability. We have Echo of Exchange, Echo of Remnants, Echo of Undermining for our fragments, and then both of these we have Feed the Void and Child of the Old Gods is what I would be running as this Void subclass. For our Titan here, with we running Void, probably going to be running our Bubble Titan just with Controlled Demolitionist and Bastion, along with Echo of Undermining, Echo of Leeching, and Echo of Expulsion right here, just because we can use that bubble for protection, and that overshield that we get from throwing down our shield actually is super nice for survivability within these GMs here. On the other hand, we're gonna go with Middle Tree Striker for Thunder Crash, wearing our Curios of the Fallen Star chest piece. This is just gonna be super good for that high damage output initially with this bad boy. Super good, especially since we got the Arms Dealer back this season. Throw this bad boy on and we can wipe out Brachiosaurus super fast. Plus, you just gotta love the animation of Titan Smash with the melee flying up and destroying enemies with this boy right here. Last but not least, for my hunter here, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to run anything else besides this Night Stalker class right here with Mobius Quiver. Super good at damage, and then also just add clear and then add banishment, if you will. So I'm definitely going to be running Night Stalker, I think, the entire time for our GMs. The other subclasses just really don't do it for me for our hunter, especially in endgame PvE content. It's just so nice to go invisible yourself and then also make your guardians on your fire team invisible. It's just super key for survivability down the road. For fragments, we got Expulsion, Remnants, Undermining, and Persistence again. And then I'm going to go with Vanishing Step to dodge to make me invisible. And then finally, right here, the Stylish Executioner, just for that extra little bit of oomph on the subclass. So that's really it for our hunter, and the rest of the classes definitely got a lot of weapons that are going to be viable this season. Void 3.0 is going to be huge, I think, inside of the GMs, and then your typical survivability with Warlock, and then your Bubble Titan. Bubble Titan obviously is also Void 3.0, but those are pretty big staples for your GMs, and then just getting through survivability is so key with these, and then also your champions, big part of GMs. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this helped you guys kind of get prepped for tomorrow, get your guns ready, get your loadouts ready, get your everything that you can get right now so you can start ahead, go in and get that adept loot tomorrow. So thank you guys again so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.